Hey guys, enough said. Meet Simmons back with another
We're
video.
back, baby!
It's been a little bit. We were trying to do a little something with our little colloquy or other station. Trying something a little different. We definitely are going to return to that, but we missed you guys. We missed our reactions. And so we wanted to get back to it. Today, we're going to talk about the family. We're going to talk about dysfunctional families, and we're going to deep dive on how they get there and why they are. So here we go.
Let's go.
And had a lot of trauma. She had some very difficult things that everybody knows about, and they have compassion and sympathy and empathy for grandma. But she didn't get help and she didn't heal up. So she's become a very fearful person, which makes her a very controlling person, which makes her a very religious person. And so now she's constantly speaking fear over everyone and everything. And it's out of love, but it's out of unhealed hurt and trauma. And let's say grandma's religious, so she's always quoting Bible verses, and she's weaponizing the Bible to be in control of the family. And everyone knows grandma's not very healthy, but we let her set the system because we feel bad for grandma. Love grandma, but grandma needs to get some help. And unless grandma's healthy, what you're allowing is the least healthy person to determine the culture of the family. It will continue in your children and grandchildren, and you will take a broken family member and you'll turn it into a generational curse. Because your children will think, if you don't correct it, that this is normal in how we do family.
Yikes.
Well, let's do this before people get on their hind legs, because everybody gets upset when you talk about mama or grandma. This could be anybody.
Yeah.
This could be grandpa, this could be dad, mom, this could even be a child that has been allowed to act out. So this could be a person with addiction. So let's just put it out there before before people get all
family
get
member.
about it. They get
The
about
influential family member.
Yeah, the influential family member, the person that has the most power or cachet in the family can be this person. This is something that we really need to discuss, and I think that we're going to try to take it slow because this is very much the culture of a lot of families.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of families have that matriarch or that patriarch, and typically it's a matriarch because men we die out, but typically it's a matriarch. But let's just say that person in that family that sets the tone and the culture of the family. Where I'm from, like I was from a small town, so there's certain families that are just known for certain things.
Yeah.
And a lot of them aren't good. And a lot of those families have a culture, and that culture is set usually by that person at the top of the pyramid. And so what you'll find is that when, like you said, he used grandma, so let's talk. He said grandma's religious. So you'll find these people are extremely religious, but they're not walking in the way that they should be walking in. They weaponize that
like
faith, whatever that faith may be. They weaponize it. They weaponize the church. They weaponize, the way that they move through our society as a way of controlling the people around them because they feel out of control.
That's what it is.
And so you have all these different personalities that are under the sway of this person. Yeah. And I think in a movie like Soul Food.
I was just going to say Soul Food.
Yeah, I think in a movie Soul Food.
Oh my goodness, that's a great example.
Yeah, I think of the matriarch there, Big Mama. I think that's what they call the movie, Big Mama. I think about her and all how they basically dismissed the fact that there was a father there and he had a gambling problem, but Big Mama held the family together. He did this and he did that, but she felt she did this, she did that, and you had dissent among the sisters. Yeah, the sisters couldn't stand each other. Big Mama allowed all of that to happen. Oh yeah, and that dysfunction spilled over. So that's something
to the point where she even knew where the money was. She was the gatekeeper of this whole thing. She knew where the money was, and then so Terry was the one that was funding everything. So Terry is draining her. Even though Terry was a successful lawyer, but that's her money. But Big Mama knew where that money was. It was with the uncle, her brother.
It was in the uncle's TV or something like that. If I remember
so this
correctly.
whole time there was provision that the father provided, and she ain't say nothing about it.
And she let Terry and her husband having problems, and she's still allowing this girl to pay for everything. While you sitting on thousands, tens of thousands of dollars maybe on that TV.
That your husband
put
aside
worked
for
hard
you
for.
And your family.
And so that's what happened. She's fearful. He said it. Grandma's fearful. Yeah. So she's fearful that she won't have enough. So she's willing to drain her own child's bank account to make sure she's good. And so then when she gets sick and things like that, that's what happens. And so what you create is a dysfunctional family dynamic.
Yes, you do.
We have another video here. We're going to kind of show you what that looks like, because you may think, oh, my grandma's not like that, or my uncle's not like that, or my mom's not like that, or my dad's not like that. But this is what happens. This is a fruit of it right here. So here we go. Check this out.
families sweep problems under the rug. One of the hallmarks of a dysfunctional family is they never truly get to the bottom of problems and conflicts. One of the reasons this happens is because they would rather have dishonest harmony than honest conflict. Usually they are uncomfortable with honest conflict and they would rather just ignore the problems and pretend they don't exist. This creates shallow and superficial relationships between the family members, and there's this fake energy in the air when that happens as well. Another thing that will happen is when someone does try to bring up an issue, they will treat that person like they're the problem and then blame them and say, you should just get over it, this person's family. Because often issues get in the way of the image they have of the ideal family. So they would rather shut it down and pretend like it doesn't exist to have dishonest harmony.
Whoa.
He ain't lying.
I think this man described every family I knew, like including my own. Including my own. Yeah, there's this thing, and we're both black. So we'll talk about our family. He said that fake energy. I love that. There is a fake energy among family that's your, that's your grandma, that's your mama, that's your daddy. Don't talk bad about them. But if they're wrong, they're wrong, and you're not allowed to do that. Especially not allowed to do that if you are an outsider or you achieved a certain amount of success, or you're not around as much as you should be, or whatever. Or they families tend to assign roles to people. You notice that? It's and we play those roles out. Oh, he's the funny one. He's the successful one. She's the black sheep. She's the pretty one. She's the smart one. They assign these roles to you as a child, and you grow up. He's the athletic one. He's the one that's going to make it. And they assign these roles to you, and you play.
He's the screw up.
Yes. Yes, and you play these roles out, throughout your life, and you don't even realize you're playing the role.
Yep.
And when you wake up and you have an epiphany, or you gain other outside information, and you bring that back to the group is like, no. You're not playing your role. This is your line. Remember, your line is to do this. You off script. And when you're off script, you become a dissenting personality. You're a person that's not playing the role, and then they're going to ostracize you from the group. And then you feel left out, you feel betrayed. You like, I'm trying to show y'all this isn't right. No. Get back on the script. And that's how the dysfunction plays out in the family.
I'm trying to tell you, that is so spot on. That is exactly how that works. And like you said, and as the person that's trying to bring the information back, because the heart of that person generally is, I want my family to be better. I want them to be whole or healthy. So let me bring this information back. But no, you've got a whole system of dynamics here that are in play. So if you're off script, like you said, you're going against what we've created. And if you're going against what we've created, then like you said, we'll ostracize you and we'll push you out. So you either better get on board, or just know that we're going to do our best to shun you and make you feel bad. So
we've even had clients come through where an individual was, let's say, touched inappropriately. You guys know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
And the family knew it happened.
Yeah.
And typically that patriarch or that matriarch at the top of that pyramid knows what happened. But to bring it up would bring shame, scrutiny upon the family, upon the system. And they feel like if it gets out, it's going to be a reflection of me, of my leadership, of my lack of knowing, my lack of knowledge, my participation in it.
Yeah.
And so they will sweep it up under the rug, and that person that was abused will feel like they did something wrong, and then they can't bring it up. They can't bring it up, and they can't bring it to the forefront because it will bring shame upon the family. So they walk through life with that weight on their shoulders, and it destroys them. And what do? Pass it around on their children. It's the same thing. It's a cycle. And that is how you get generational curses, and that's what a lot of us are operating out of. That's why so many people are disavowing themselves from their family. Yeah. Because they're realizing that how toxic their families really are, and how these people who raised them, who say they love them, they would rather keep the facade than deal with the real issue. And that's created so much dissension in families.
No family is perfect. There isn't a perfect family on the planet. It just doesn't exist. But one thing that you have to understand is no matter what the dynamic of your family is, whether it's a pretty healthy one or if it's a very toxic one, you as an individual, once you come of age, once you are beyond the teen years, you have to really be proactive about your healing and your growth process. And sometimes it can be with family, and then sometimes it's it's at a safe distance from family, and that is the absolute truth. So you have to make sure that you are being proactive about your healing. Oh, what do you mean by that, Chantel? What I mean by that is, there are certain things that you experienced growing up. There are certain things that you're even carrying around with you, and it's following you into your marriage or into your parenting relationships or friendships or what have you. So it is not, you can't just sit up and fold your arms and go, well, this happened when I was 5, and so I'm just going to hold on to that. You were 5. And unfortunate and as painful as it was, you still have to get after making sure that you're securing certain things for yourself, for your children, for your spouse, for your future. So when you experience those things, make sure you're getting after your healing process.
Absolutely. And here's the truth, and this is the unspoken truth. Sometimes you gotta put distance between you and your family.
I mean, you do.
I know.
You do.
A lot of people say, like I said before, that's your brother, that's your sister, that's your aunt, that's your uncle, that's your mom, that's your dad. If they are a detriment to you and your healing journey, sometimes you got to put distance between them. It doesn't mean you have to absolutely cut them off. In some cases, you may have to, because the system is so toxic, it is so dirty and filthy that you have to get separation in order for you to heal properly. And a lot of people are not going to like me saying that, but that is the truth.
It's the truth.
It is okay to put distance between you and people that do not want to change, no matter what bloodline you share with them.
Right.
It's something that we have to do, and it's a maturity thing. As an adult, you have to understand what it's about and understand that everybody's not going to be on the same page with you.
Yeah, and if you've been harmed by family members in some way or another, holding on to that pain isn't serving you. It's keeping you in bondage. It's doing more harm to you. You hold on to a grudge thinking, well, so-and-so did me wrong, so-and-so was inappropriate with me, or so-and-so just, I can't trust so-and-so. Well, you holding on to that isn't serving you. So you have to get after that work of growing past it. It's going to be painful. It's going to take lots of time. You may not go to every family event.
And the main thing, and then we'll end the video here, the main thing, the first step is to realize that they're probably not going to change.
Yeah, accept
the fact that those people are probably not going to change. They're probably not going to accept the fact that you are trying to change and still love them. Sometimes from a distance. Sometimes you just show up for Thanksgiving and, hey, everybody good? Love y'all, eat some good food, and go home.
We'll see you.
We'll see you next year.
At the
next function, or even sometimes even the next funeral. This is real life. This is real life, real talk. Every story doesn't have a happy ending.
Yeah.
But you can't let their story get in the way of your happy ending.
That's the truth.
You got to fight for it.
You got to.
And with that, that's enough said.